What's up, you guys? So today we are back at bed and breakfast. We're not gonna finish off our last like 6 bricks yet. Actually, oh, well, we'll talk about that later. That's not what this video is about. Today we are going up to the cottage. We forgot our weed eater, so we just went and borrowed Kelly's electric weed eater. That'll be interesting. Little tiny thing that's probably not gonna do me much good, but we're gonna find out. Yeah, we're gonna do some weed eating in the walkways, the little bricks in between the bricks and stuff, and we're gonna spray the Roundup in the cracks. All right, so the thing with Roundup, you guys, first and foremost, don't spray anything with flowers on it. If you see a flower on it and you gotta spray it to kill it, cut the flower off, get rid of the flower, just spray the roots. You don't want to attract the bees or any of the other pollinators because we're not trying to kill it, and if they see the flower, they're not gonna say, oh, there's poison on that flower, I'm not going to it. No, they're gonna go to that flower, they're gonna do their work, they're gonna get sick and they're gonna die, and we don't wanna do that. So don't spray flowers. Don't spray anything that's gonna leak into natural areas like lakes and ponds and stuff like that. And lastly, try not to spray when it's gonna rain that day or if it's wet, really wet on the ground or anything like that, and watch your wind, because your wind will carry the poison to your ornamental plants and then they'll die too. So just be very careful and don't use too much. You don't really need a lot. You just gotta, it's all just basic common sense. You're using a poison and you don't want it to harm anything but the weeds you're spraying. So you want to get close, you want to not spray too much, and you want to make sure you're careful about where you're spraying, the direction you're spraying, the direction the wind is blowing, and all that good stuff. So just keep in mind those few helpful tips before you spray. And right now it's good because the bees and stuff aren't out here, so I don't have to worry too much about it. The bees aren't going to come and be eating any flowers. There's barely any flowers out right now. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get them weeds out the walkway. We're going to start cleaning up the flower beds and stuff, putting a nice little edge on the outside of it. So we've got our work in for today. I'm going to get my boots on and get all suited up and go out there, and I'll see you guys out there. Yeah, so this thing isn't the greatest thing in the world. I mean, it's making that look like that, but it's one of these cheap electric battery powered things. That's alright, because tomorrow or the next day or something like that, I'll just bring mine and do a once over. But I'm gonna get everything as cut up with this as I can today, so I don't have to run back home to get mine. And we're gonna do some spraying, and we're gonna focus on these beds over here, get them all edged up and whatnot. Yeah, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and take this spade, and I'm going to start working on the edge around the beds. That weed eater is just annoying, so I'm probably going to have to go back and get mine or come back with it tomorrow, just depending on how long it takes me to do these bed cleanings. I might even just go and get the mower from the barn over there and cut the grass down, because there's a lot of chunks of grass just kind of sticking up everywhere. Hold on. You can kind of see it's like these big chunks right here that are just sticking up, and they're all over there beside the bed and stuff like that. So I might just come out here and put it on like a 3 or 4 and just come in here and just and then once you have your edge cut out, you come in here and you stomp down these clogs, flip them over, make sure that grass is flipped. You're going to stomp down these clogs like that, and then once I get through and stomp down all these clogs, I'll take the rake in here and rake it out to make sure it all looks good and even and flat, so it's not so lumpy. And we'll go in here and we'll pull some weeds as we're in there. It's pretty easy in this bed to see where the weeds are. Like, obviously we know these are flowers, but these here are weeds. They are all over this property, and we want them gone. So I'm just going to come in here, I'm going to make a pile. Come in here, get it on out of there. Try and get it by the roots if you can. You're not going to be able to get it all the time, but we can't spray too close to these flowers. Look there. Looks like an onion, but it ain't. You can't spray too close to these flowers because it'll kill them. So we got to pull the weeds. And as you see them, if you pull them as they pop up, then you can keep them under control. Don't let them get crazy. And of course, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pull out some of these Nandina babies, the Bambinos. See there? We're gonna pull these things out. These are Nandinas. That's that thing. I hate Nandinas. I really do, unless you can let them have the patience to let them grow and hedge them up and shape them the way you want to. A lot of people grow them in their yards for the berries because they like to be decorative during Christmas time. I'm gonna pull these up and I'm gonna put them in pots because a lot of people do like Nandinas, and I'm gonna make sure I get these things a nice home so I don't have to kill them, huh? Look there, you guys. I was able to find some volunteer toddlers. The Nandina here. So it's just a bigger, you know, more grown version of these little guys here. So we're gonna find a bag, put it in and spray it, keep it nice and moist with some dirt. We're gonna take these home, we're gonna do a gardening project and put them all in pots. And then we're gonna tell everybody on Facebook and YouTube that we got Nandinas for them if they want them. See, and now I've temporarily planted them in a piece of Tupperware, and I'm gonna go and get some water and sprinkle it on there, and it'll be safe until I take them home and do what I gotta do with them. I guess you guys can tell this is my favorite time of year, huh? Yep, when I get to start getting my hands in the gardening. Woo! I love gardening, you guys. Alright, so I've come up with a decision. I'm gonna pick through and find all my little babies and toddlers and stuff, all the volunteers, like that thing right there, look. Yes, nice. There's another big one. We're gonna pull all these volunteers up and we're gonna get them planted in a pot or something, get them home, grab the weed eater, and when we come back we're gonna come in and clean out this bed really good. But first we're gonna go through here and see how many of these plants we can find. Got my weed eater, so now it's time to head back to the bed and breakfast and go and do some real weed eating. Alright, so our weed eater came in and cleaned that thing right up. We're gonna come in and blow it in a second. We also put a nice crisp edge on there with it. Went in and flat trimmed all them seedlings down and everything we didn't take anyways. Go in there and pull some weeds. There's some ground cover in there that I tried to just cut the hairs off the top of their heads, you know. Now we're gonna come over here and we're gonna stomp these clogs down, and I'm gonna pull some of these weeds up, and then I'm gonna come in with the weed eater and just kind of burn down whatever's really small and not worth pulling, and I'm gonna keep on moving right along. Alright, so we went into the driveway and we just kind of clipped the tops of all these weeds and things so we don't shoot the rocks everywhere. We're gonna spray them in a second. Came through this walkway and cleared this all out. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna spray this very lightly. Like I said, we're not going to come out here and just be like, you know, we're just gonna spot check. The moss isn't the problem, you know, it's the weeds that come up through it. So like that stuff there, I'm just gonna be, you know, trying to come in here and get that. Then I came back here and reshaped out that bed, so I'm gonna come and cut an edge later on it. I gotta come in here and I'm gonna dig so I can harvest that moss right there and plant it somewhere. But you can see I've made my line so I can make my edge. And came over here and burnt a lot of this shit out, and I'll come in here and dig some of that moss out too. But it's coming right along. Alright, so we've done a shitload of weed eating, and now we're gonna get the blower out and we're gonna blow so we can clear out all the debris and see where we're at. Might pull some more weeds, I don't know. First we're gonna blow, clear all this debris, and we're gonna spray some Roundup on the walkways, like the brick walkways, and a little bit in the beds, just only in areas away from the plants though. flowers popping up. All right, so we stopped it there because we're not going through the trail today. We did the backyard. I missed a few pine cones, but oh well. Got everything pretty cleared up back here. Got everything pretty cleared up there in the front. So now we're gonna spray. Sorry, I had to rake that out a little bit more, but now we can spray. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, when you're spraying chemical, you spray and work your way backward, like work your way out. Don't ever walk through your chemical, because then you could risk walking through the grass or something, and you know, if the chemical's on your foot and you go through the grass, you're gonna kill a spot in the grass. That's no bueno. So always try not to step in your chemical or in areas that you sprayed. See that? I know I shouldn't be touching this shit with my hands. I just want to get rid of them flowers. Let's go ahead and get rid of these flowers. See? All good in this neighborhood. Now I gotta go wash my hands. Right, as you can see, I sprayed everywhere that was green in this driveway part. Sprayed those bricks. Sprayed those bricks. So all these weeds should be dying soon. Blew all the leaves and stuff in the yard. Cleaned out that bed over there. Raked it out real good. Pulled some weeds. Cleaned out that one a little bit. Cleaned out the one in the back a little bit. Blew all the leaves over here. So we're looking pretty good over here, you guys.